Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum dear students. Welcome to FSEX online support program round 3. This is revision video of chapter number 3 for week 16. So now let's start our video. Textbook is Smart Science Skills 5, page number 49 till 63. Chapter States of Matter, Boiling, Evaporation and Condensation. Lesson Evaporation, Factors Affecting Evaporation, Water Cycle. Resources required: textbook, laptop, mobile, notebook. Summary of the lesson: what is boiling? What is evaporation? What are the factors that affect the rate of evaporation? What is condensation? Describe the process involved in condensation. Define water cycle. Discuss the steps of water cycle and why do we need to conserve water. Quote of the day: time is the most valuable asset we have. Don't waste it. So students, time is an important resource in our life because you can't get wasted time back. So manage your time to learn something innovative and don't waste it. Previous knowledge. Students, you have previously learned that water exists in 3 different states, that is solid, liquid and gas. So now we are going to revise the summary of the processes that involves changes in state of matter. Process is freezing. In this process, liquid changes to solid and the result is heat loss. Melting. In this process, solid changes to liquid and the result is heat gain. Evaporation. Liquid changes to gas and the result is heat gain. Boiling. Liquid changes to gases, again heat gain. Condensation, gas changes to liquid. This is the new one and we are going to learn in this video. And in this process, heat loss will occur. So the objective of this video is: what is boiling? What is evaporation? What are the factors that affect the rate of evaporation? What is condensation? Describe the process involved in condensation. Define water cycle. Discuss the steps of water cycle. Why do we need to conserve water? Vocabulary words: boiling, boiling point, condensation, evaporation, steam, conservation, water cycle, water vapor, exposed, surface area, droplets, humidity. So what is boiling? Boiling is the process in which liquid changes into gas in the form of steam, and this process is known as boiling. And the temperature at which liquid boils, any liquid boils, is known as the boiling point. For example, the boiling point of water is 100 degrees centigrade. One thing more, that the boiling point of water will be different at different altitudes. For example, if we boil water at high altitude, means on mountains, it boils at a temperature lower than 100 degrees centigrade. Why? This is because boiling point of water depends on air pressure as well. What is evaporation? Well, evaporation is a process in which liquid gains enough heat to change from the liquid state to the gaseous state or vapor, and this process occurs without boiling. This is known as evaporation. Evaporation takes place all the time in our environment. Look at the pictures here. When we spray perfume, the droplets will soon evaporate. Wet clothes can dry as a result of evaporation, and the sweat on our skin will eventually disappear due to evaporation. So now the difference between boiling and evaporation. Boiling takes place at a fixed temperature, while evaporation takes place all the time in our environment. Boiling occurs throughout the liquid, as you can see it in the picture, while evaporation occurs only on the surface of liquid. Boiling is the fast process as compared to evaporation, while evaporation is a slow process and it takes time. Now the factors that affect the rate of evaporation: The rate of evaporation is how quickly or slowly evaporation takes place. And the rate of evaporation depends on several factors. We are going to discuss four of them here. Number one is temperature, that is the most important factor. When temperature is high, evaporation will be faster. When temperature is low, then evaporation will be slower. Wind. Evaporation is faster on a windy day than on a still day. When wind is there in our environment, then evaporation will be faster. Number third is exposed surface area. Evaporation is faster when exposed surface area is larger. If exposed surface area is smaller, then evaporation process will be slower down. Humidity. What is humidity? It is the amount of water vapor present in the air, and when humidity is low, then evaporation will be faster. When humidity is higher, then evaporation will be slower. Why? Because there are more water vapors already present in the air. So this happens the evaporation process to become slower. Next is condensation. The process in which water changes from the gaseous state to the liquid state is known as condensation. It is the reverse of evaporation. During this process, water vapor loses heat and condenses into water droplets, as you can see it in the pictures here. Four different pictures are there. You can see the water droplets on the glass wall, on the glass, and on the grass. So these are the water which directly changes from gaseous state to liquid state in the form of water droplets. Now the water cycle. What is water cycle? Water cycle is actually a continuous cycle where water evaporates to form clouds. Water falls down to the earth and then evaporates again. And this cycle is repeated and is a never-ending process. Water cycle ensures that water is constantly moving and changing from one state to another, that is from solid to liquid and from liquid to gas. This results in a constant supply of water on the earth, and water cycle is the only constant supply of water on earth. So a water supply is dependent on water cycle. So here is the water cycle. What happens in water cycle? We are going to discuss the 5 different steps. Number 1 is water such as ocean, rivers is heated by the sun's energy. As hot air arises, the water vapor will start to rise together with it. Number 3rd process is water vapor is cooled by the surrounding air which has a lower temperature. This causes the water vapor to condense into water droplets. These many water droplets eventually come together to form clouds. Number 4th, that is the collection. As more of the water vapor condenses, the water droplets eventually become larger and they become heavier so that they cannot be supported in the clouds, and ultimately the water droplets finally fall back to the earth's surface in the form of rain. When rain comes down, the rainwater is collected again in the rivers, oceans and lakes, and even underground as well, where the water cycle will begin all over again from where it stops. So it is a never ending process and it will goes on and on. Last is, why do we need to conserve water? Conserve means how we can save water and why saving water is necessary. As we all know that water covers approximately 70% of Earth's surface, only 3% makes up fresh water, and that fresh water is very precious and we should use our limited supply of fresh water carefully, and we must avoid wasting that fresh water. This is what water conservation is. So we should turn off tap while brushing our teeth, take shorter baths to conserve water, turn off tap while applying soap. Do not fill the bathtub for each bath. Take a shower instead. Turn off tap after each use. So this is how you can conserve water. So there are some methods to conserve water as well, but we are going to discuss the two of them only. Number one is recycling of water. So recycling is actually a process in which we use sewage water to be recycled, and it can be used for human consumption. And also factories can use that recycled water to wash their equipments and their machinery as well. So if we are not using that recycled water in our drinking or eating purpose, so we can use it in other ways as well. Second is desalination. Salination is actually the amount of salt present in water. This process involves remaining salt from seawater to get fresh water. Here is a machinery for the desalination process in which seawater or the salinated water become fresh water. This process is actually quite expensive, so we avoid using it, but we can use if we want to. And if there is no other option left, so we can use desalination water to get fresh water for our use. Now the home task: read textbook pages 49 till 63 carefully. After reading the pages, write down the answers of following questions by yourself on loose sheets. Number one is differentiate between evaporation and condensation. You have to draw a table. Draw neat and labeled diagram of water cycle. Why water conservation is necessary? Give reason. You have to write all the answers yourself. Moral value: we need a lot of blue to remain green. Means we need water to remain fertile. Water is a treasure, so we have to save water with pleasure. So conserve water as much as you can. Thank you. This is all for today. Hope you have understood and revised the topics. Take care. Allah Hafiz.